10 handicap, looking to become more consistent with the irons. Whether that be more consistent ball striking or eliminating a small miss to the left, we'll take an overall peek at this down the line view at Topgolf. Starting with the setup, overall not bad, looks pretty relaxed as you're maybe hunched over a little bit from setup with the bend from the waist. If we check that line and movement to the top, we will see your head standing up and out of it just a little bit, but the hips create some space nicely, so we'll instead redraw this line right through your spine, through your ear from the top, get you back to setup, and that's more of your ideal starting position, just to straighten out the back and be able to make a more consistent turn as you get up to the top, rather than standing up, and most of that happening between P3 and 4, nearing the top of your backswing. As you proceed down, there's a compressional squat, and then a little bit of lift through strike, but the hips are staying tucked back nice, so let's look at that. As we get a line on your rear end now from the setup, it's rare to see that hip or your rear end create space moving backwards this way. It's a nice quality that will allow space for the hand path to stay in tight in the downswing, and also, I'm not going to say eliminate the heel shanks, but get you more of a toe biased type of strike. But that part I would definitely keep in your swing, the settling back toward the heel. Let's try to see if we can see when that happens. Even from P1 to P2, the weight gets on that right heel, your hips open up, and I think the back leg is going to come to somewhat of a locked position. But you've, as I said, created space. But when your leg is locked, it's not an athletic move that can push or generate a lot of speed and weight from that trail foot. So what happens? Let's watch your trail toe. Your back foot slides out and you slip as you try to make that downswing, shifting the weight forward. You get stuck, and probably with great hand-eye and a good path, you hit a nice shot right down the middle. So it doesn't matter that your work boots are sliding all over this Topgolf mat. But either way, the identification of where we would begin any kind of change is with your trail knee flex at the top or nearing the top. And I'd be lying if I don't do a little bit of research on comparisons for tour pros when we do these videos, so watch this transition as the shape fits nicely. Great comparison in the body type. Watch the knee flex of Charles Schwartzel. Tough name to say, Masters champion, don't want to get the year wrong. But overall, from the takeaway to the turn, there's a lot of similarities in the backswing that Charles is doing that you are doing as well. Paying attention to the trail leg, we will see that it retains some flex. Now there's a time to open up the hips back, and there's a time to hit a consistent iron. Keeping flex in the trail knee will limit turns in the backswing, limit you from over swinging, over hinging, over reacting to anything, and also, most notably, the call to action for you is to retain a little bit more knee flex, but then more importantly, use that retained knee flex to drive your right leg and right knee towards the target, not in towards the other ball. There's a lot of movement that can happen with the heel almost just lifting up straight toward the toe, but that's not what's happening here. It's also pushing laterally towards target and getting those hips to open up. You lack a little bit of rotation in the hips in your downswing, which can cause your hands to release that club through and hit it left. So, jumping back to you, jumping to the top, retain a little bit more knee flex, and then you might find it easier to push and drive off the back foot rather than slip and sliding off that trail toe. If we watch that again, we'll see that that back leg is just going to lose its pressure and not really have any kind of speed delivered through the kinetic chain, to get all nerdy on you there. But either way, the action is good, the movements, the recommendation of change is minimal. Retain knee flex, keep weight on the instep of that trail foot. I drew it on the outstep. Can't see the instep from here, but you know where it is. Keep weight on the instep, don't lock out that back leg, and push and drive the hips through aggressively to stop any kind of hand turn happening through strike. Good luck with those changes. SendASwing.com.